on this episode of The Commercial Break.
OnlyFans was still a porn site, was still a website for real porn stars.
That's right.
Yeah, not that girl on.
Podcasts were reserved for NPR.
That's right.
And Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. Now you got, this is flooded with the airwaves with idiots like us. That's right. Yeah. OnlyFans.
We're stuck at home. Let's start a podcast.
Let's start a podcast.
Hi, Bryan. It's your mom.
That's how it all started.
That is.
That's my mom was like,
You should do a podcast, whatever that is.
with their tusks and everything, these huge, magnificent animals that can kill you with one step. And he brings them in, and he is not 15 fucking yards from a huge male elephant. And I mean an enormous creature. And as soon as Todd gets, and he's got his hat cocked sideways and his pants down around his knees, and he's like...
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's like, okay, go ahead and take the picture. Portrait mode, give it in portrait mode. And as soon as he gets there and starts posing with his kid, this creature comes out of, I mean, just like turns around and is like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
You idiot. You idiot.
Yeah, he made the most incredible noise. You could hear it through the video. You could feel it in your chest. It was like he just put his ears up and flapping and just scooted that guy right out of there. But what Jimmy did was he left Todd Jr. on the ground.
Yeah,
He just threw him on the ground.
God.
Unbelievable. The fuck is going on through people's heads?
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. Sounds like that dolphin's excited.
I responded.
You responded.
It listened.
Went right into Krissy's TikTok machine. Came back out. Hey everybody, I'm Bryan. This is Krissy, and Happy New Year to you and to everybody else out there. It's another episode of The Commercial
How's
Break.
the New Year treating you so far, Bryan?
Hey, listen. 7 months in, I'm doing great. Are we done yet? Are we done with this year too? I'll tell you a funny story about how we... okay. First, I want to ask you a question. Have you seen this incredible video of the man, the gangsta, who decided to take, like a gangsta, decided to take his son into the elephant cage and show him what a real elephant looks like up close and personal?
Crazy.
How fucking stupid do people have to... I mean, it's just Who is this genius? And why is he not running our country immediately and not sooner?
Right.
Who is this incredibly intelligent person? And why don't we have him in some position of authority? For those of you who have not seen this, I'll see if... Gustavo, please put this in the show notes, the link on TMZ, to the man who was at the San Diego Zoo. I think it's San Diego Zoo. And maybe it looks like a lot like the Atlanta Zoo, actually,
There's a
now.
zoo somewhere.
All these elephant... what do you call them? The elephant...
Elephants.
Yeah, but it's an elephant. What is it? It's a showcase. It's a exhibit.
Habitat?
It's habitat. The elephant habitat.
Fake habitat.
God, I've been talking for too long today. It's the... Jesus, I can't even come up with the word habitat.
It's a show.
It's a show. Anybody have a tooth? Does anybody have a tooth?
It's an elephant tooth.
It's an elephant tooth. It's a trunks. A trusket. It's a trusket. A busket. A basket. It's a tasket. This guy is in the elephant habitat. They all look the same now. If you had this hasn't come to a zoo near you, it's coming to a zoo near you, which is there's no longer the big moats that separate these animals like the elephants from people. What they have now is they have huge, almost they look like telephone poles, and then 3 just guide wires, huge, wires that sit in between the telephone poles. Because an elephant obviously cannot, jump the telephone poles with the wires. Number one. Number two, I'm sure they are surging with electricity.
Yeah.
But so it gets you closer to the animals. You feel there's less fencing and stuff, so you can get an unobstructed view of what's going on with these animals, which I think is great. This is the way they do it in Europe. In Europe, quite frankly, they have the tigers the same. Astrid and I went to a zoo in Switzerland where you've never been so close to animals in your entire life. They like trust people not to be a fucking moron. So they will put the tigers will be right there, and then there's just a couple like little electrical wires.
One person ruins it, though.
One fucking moron in the United States of America is going to ruin it for everybody. This just happened in the Atlanta Zoo. This style of elephant housing just came to Atlanta, and I think it's beautiful because you can see these huge, magnificent creatures up close.
Oh, no, I love elephants.
Without staring through 16 feet of fencing. But some moron.
But I think fencing may be a good thing.
Well, listen, this is the kind of fencing that they say that, you should just...
Votes have been tabulated.
I guess those big wires mean we can go in the habitat now.
I mean, who does that?
I do. Hey, my name's Jimmy. This is my son, Todd. It's me and Jimmy. Me and Todd. Todd's Jimmy Jr., but his name's Todd. And look at this. We're going to go in the Everton habitat. Because they no longer have gates. Did you know this, Krissy? They no longer have gates. So you just walk right in.
You can just do it.
It said basically just, they didn't have a sign, but if it had a sign, it said, welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Marty
Elephants are
Moose,
friendly.
Marty
Woo! I also just jumped right in the dolphin tank. So, I wanted to get real gangster shit, and I wanted to go in, I wanted to say I'm Mr. Elephant. So
Show my
what
son.
I did.
Show my son.
Show my son, Jimmy Jr., whose name is Todd. So I went, his name is Todd, but I call him Jimmy Jr. I should have just named him Jimmy, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Todd stuck.
So Todd was a better name, I thought. Okay, so me and Todd Jr., we went, even though there's no Todd Sr., we went into the elephant habitat because there was nothing there.
It's crazy.
Except for these 3 big wires that had
Apparently
electricity.
the wife, too, was going, wait, don't do it.
Yeah, she was like, wait, because what I did is I handed my phone to my wife and I said, okay, me and Jimmy Todd Jr. are going to go and take a picture with Mr. Elephant.
Yeah.
Mr. Elefante. And guess what? That elephant got real angry with me.
Yeah,
he said,
isn't it like charged?
He said, which is like fuck you in elephant language.
Yes. Get out of my house.
Yeah, I didn't give you an invite.
No.
So there I am with little Todd Jr. And when that elephant came, you know what I did? I got scared. So I told little Todd Jr., I said, Todd, you wait here.
God, I know that's
I'm gonna
right.
be right back. Daddy's gonna be right back.
He left the baby.
He left the baby.
Jeez.
Jimmy and Todd. Jimmy decides that these 3 wires are an open invitation for him and his son, God bless that child and the way that he's going to grow up, to go into the compound of actually where the elephants are living and standing and breathing with their tusks and everything, these huge, magnificent animals that can kill you with one step. And he brings them in, and he is not 15 fucking yards from a huge male elephant. And I mean an enormous creature. And as soon as Todd gets, and he's got his hat cocked sideways and his pants down around his knees, and he's like,
fantastic.
Yeah, he's like, okay, go ahead and take the picture. Portrait mode. Do you have it in portrait mode? And as soon as he gets there and starts posing with his kid, this creature comes out of, just like turns around and is like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Idiot. You idiot.
Yeah, he made the most incredible noise. You could hear it through the video. You could feel it in your chest. It was like he just put his ears up and flapping and just scooted that guy right out of there. But what Jimmy did was he left Todd Jr. on the ground.
Yeah,
He just threw him on the ground.
God, what?
Unbelievable. The fuck is going on through people's heads?
There's something off
Oh, look at
on
that.
the computing.
This is going to look great on my Instagram. I'm going to do a whole Clubhouse room about this tonight. Totally. Just pisses me off so much.
Yeah.
TCBpodcast.com, the brand new TCBpodcast.com. You can go there to find the entire media library, find out more about Krissy and I, read all the show notes, listen to all the shows, watch all the shows on YouTube, whatever it is you choose to do on that website. It is beautiful. It is new. It is simplified. There's
between you and the website.
Between me and the website. There's nothing else. No guide wires here. Just come right in. You want to get close to something, get close to tcbpodcast.com. At The Commercial Break on Instagram, at Bryan Green, and at TCB Krissy on Clubhouse. There are links on the website where you can go and join the TCB Club on Clubhouse, where we'll be doing live recordings. Only people who are in that club are going to get to go into the live recordings and interact with Krissy and I on several occasions a month. And you can join the Comedy Podcasts Club, which I started to support the comedy podcast category. Lots of great comedy podcasters are in that club, and it's growing every day. Lots of special surprises coming up with the Comedy Podcast Club, too, so you don't want to miss it. Don't want to be left out. And if you need an invite to Clubhouse, you let us know, and we'll be happy to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about them apples, Krissy?
I love it.
How do you
I'm
feel
in.
about that?
I'm
Are
down.
you part?
I feel
Are you
like we're
down?
in an orchard.
An orchard?
An orchard.
Is it an orchard or is it an orchid?
I said orchard.
Orchard.
Those apples.
Okay, so listen. Okay, I just had to get it out of my system. The guy with the elephant.
Yeah, that's
It's just absolutely crazy that this guy, and he got arrested. And so now,
good.
Yeah, and so now, not only is he a fucking moron, but now his son is going to be without a father for a period of time because that guy is looking at serious jail time for doing what he did. And so now this son is going to be fatherless for at least some period of time. He's going to go to jail for, it could be 10 days, but he's going to go to a period of time. And, life doesn't get easier after you go to jail. Let me tell you, life does not get easier after you go to jail. So I wanted to talk about Matthias and some things that have happened over the last couple of days with Matthias. We decided we were going to send Matthias to school. It was about time. We felt like, the pandemic was calming down a little bit. People are getting vaccinated. It doesn't seem to affect children the way that it does. We made a calculated decision that Matthias's mental health was probably more important than the small risk that he was taking going to a school where they were practicing all the things you need to practice to make sure that you don't get COVID.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of this fucking thing. And wouldn't you know it, we get a phone call from the school that someone in his class tested positive for COVID. Now, they didn't say whether or not this was a child or an adult. They don't say that. They can't say that, right?
Okay.
So they just say, your child was exposed to the
There's
coronavirus.
been
We know it
exposure.
for sure. It's a plus. There's a plus sign involved. And it doesn't mean you passed, right? And so now you have to quarantine with your child for a period of time until everybody gets tested negative. And so we were like, oh, shit. We went all this time for a year and a half, for a year and some change. We've been playing it cool, as everybody has told us to do. Playing cool, wearing masks, wearing masks, wearing masks,
hand sanitizer, hand washing, shower taking,
washing my penis twice a day.
Yes.
All the old things that you need to do to keep yourself safe from this dreaded coronavirus. And then right before we get out of the pandemic, now we're in there.
Boom.
And wouldn't you know it, the same day that they call and they say, hey, you got to keep it cool and quarantine for a little bit. Here are the protocols that we want everyone to follow. Matthias gets the sniffles. He starts getting the green snot coming out of his nose. And I'm like, oh, shit, right? One day after that, our daughter starts to get the sniffles. And I'm like, double shit. Day after that, Astrid gets the sniffles and doesn't feel well. And I'm like, quadruple shit. Here we are, right? Everyone's feeling bad. And we had a known contact, a known positive sign. So one of the things we had to do is we had to quarantine for 5 days, and then they didn't want you to get tested until 5 days, which I thought made no sense. If the kids were exhibiting symptoms, which snotty nose is really not a symptom of coronavirus, but it probably should be.
Anything that you're sick. Anything.
That's right.
I have a headache.
That's right. You have an eyelash in your eye. And you should go get tested, right? So we're like, okay, but you can't get children tested. That's not a thing that happens. You have to go to the children's hospital or a place where they know how to work with children. And so we go to this children's healthcare here in Atlanta, which is a wonderful hospital, does all kind of wonderful things for wonderful people.
Yes.
And we go to a child-specific testing site where we already know this is going to be a nightmare. We already know that the kids aren't going to like this. But we're trying
the nose? The nose thing?
Did the nose thing, but luckily they were so snotty. So fucking snotty. Like,
they didn't notice.
Just green shit coming out. No, not that they didn't notice, but they were just like literally just.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, they asked. They said, "Would your daughter, since she is so young, would you mind being involved in a test we're doing to see if we can just swab the very top of the nose, so we don't have to go all the way in the back? Mm-hmm. We're doing this test with these new testing kits. Would you like to participate?" We'll even give you a gift card for doing so. Yeah. And we said, yeah, of course. We would. Sure. We do it without the gift card, like anything that can help, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but we're going to have to swab twice, once in the deep back and once in the front. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound so great. She's not going to like that, but whatever. And the kids were so, I can't even say it, so snotty that they didn't even have to go deep into the nose. They just took it out. Okay. So listen. So then, okay. They do Matthias. They stick that thing way back in his nose, but they only have to do one nostril because as soon as they pull it out, it's just like gobs of snot coming off that little thing. They throw it in the vial. They do it. They do Mia with the one in the front and then the deep one. they don't have to do both of her nostrils either because she's a green snotty. Mm-hmm. Okay. Driving home, telling the kids how good they did. They did really good. Proud of you. Did good. Maybe we'll get you a prize on the way home. Mm-hmm. So we are driving home, and Astrid turns around, and Matthias is sitting behind me, and Mia is behind her. Mia is facing backwards. Matthias now faces forward because he's old enough. Yes. And so Astrid turns around to tell, hey, good job, but what? Oh my God. And I'm like, what? She's like, honey. And I'm like, what? And she's like, what happened? What's going on? I adjust the mirror. I look back. Matthias's entire face is green, like bright green and red. There's blood coming out of his nose and his whole face is just green. And I'm like, but holy, not like a normal green color, like the color of bright algae. And I was like, holy shit. Then we thought, what did he get into? What happened? What did they do?
Yes. Was
there some kind of reaction to the test? Usually your skin doesn't turn green, it turns red like mine did. But I'm like, holy shit, what happened? So I immediately pull over and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And we're like, buddy. He's kind of laying like with his head cocked to the side. And now we're really thinking something happened. Like he's in trouble. He's having an allergic reaction to some shit. I'm freaking out on the side of the road in this park that I just parked at. Freaking out. What happened? I'm wiping him off. Blood's coming out of his nose. What happened? When you go to Chick-fil-A, they give you the little presents.
There's a green marker.
No, not a green marker, but they have it's a little piece of paper, and on the piece of paper, it's got red, green, and yellow, and it's a little bit of paint. And when you get it wet, you can paint the chicken or the cow, right? It took us about 3.5 minutes to figure that out. But for 3.5 minutes, I thought my son was dying of like a coronavirus test. I'm freaking out on the side of the road. I'm like, what do you do when a child turns green? I'm Googling it. What happens when a child turns green?
Did you just go to Chick-fil-A? Did you just get some kind of a prize?
Did you get a prize? Have you recently had chicken nuggets?
Yes.
One time he ate barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A and he turned his face turned purple. I don't know what happened, but he had an actual allergic reaction. And now all he wants is that fucking barbecue sauce. And I'm like, dude, can't have the barbecue. Have some ketchup. He calls it cat-toop. Cat-toop. So we're almost a year in. We're a year into the pandemic, Krissy.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Look at this.
I can't believe it's Friday.
I think we should go back. I can't believe it's...
I can't believe it's Friday.
You didn't see that one coming, Teresa?
No, I did not.
For those of you that don't know, our last episode, we were playing some clips from Teresa on her Instagram account, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's Thursday. And I'm like, you can't believe it's Thursday. You didn't see that one coming? Can't believe it's Friday. I'm like, you didn't see it coming from Thursday? Let's go back into the way back machine, Krissy. Let's find out what we were doing before. Thank you very much. Okay, ready? Ready to go back to the Wayback Machine?
Ready.
All right. If I can find the Wayback Machine.
It's like a Doctor Who. It's just like a Doctor Who.
What were we doing before COVID?
Oh.
Tell me a few things.
Having fun.
Yeah, okay. You're going to be more...
Giving maskless hugs and passing out people's couches.
Back this time, doing drugs, sharing straws. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if people that are doing cocaine are sharing straws still. Do you think so? Do you think like when they're passing around the dollar bill?
Not.
No, I actually think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I actually think because it's hard to find a dollar bill these days. Who uses a dollar bill?
That's true. Cash is gone.
I know. Cash is gone. They don't even have cash. Some places are like, we're out of money.
Yeah.
It's like, you're out of money. What? I actually went to a place and they were like, we don't have any nickels or fives. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I was using my debit card anyway. But that's right. We had cash before then. You know what else we were doing, Krissy?
What?
This time last year, we were all starting to learn how to wear masks.
Oh, yeah.
Incorrectly.
Yes.
Most people started off wearing them around their chin. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, your goatee will not get coronavirus.
People are still doing that.
This is so fucking stupid. Why do you do that?
I'm like, just don't wear it. Like it's not helping.
Mask.
It's not around your mouth or nose.
We call that a goatee gundle. A goatee gundle. You know what that is? No. Keeps your goatee in check. You know, because you don't only in my time
protect.
In my day, you only got a bath every once in 6 months. And so your goatee would start to smell a little bit, Krissy. You'd be eating oxtail and certain things and vagina and who knows, there's some penises. Sometimes people were eating penises. That's the way it was back then. We had to do what we had to do to eat, Krissy. And so we had a goatee gundle. That's what I called it. Protected your goatee from getting in your soup or your milk.
Sounds good.
Or semen.
Whatever it is.
Whatever else it was. You know what else we were doing? We were talking about Q. Q was just a crazy letter that your uncle talked about way back in 2020.
Uncle Quincy?
Uncle Quincy.
That was cute.
Q. I think I am Q. I started posting random shit on that internet machine. 2245, George Bush, Hillary Rodham Clinton, 612. Go find it. I was watching that Q documentary on HBO. Have you seen it?
No, I've heard all about
Krissy.
it though.
Oh my God.
Is it good?
It's brilliant. It's
Okay.
brilliant. You got
I'll
to
have
watch
to
it. There's
watch
just
it.
2 episodes in.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, Q was just the letter that your crazy uncle was talking about. Now it's all over the place. In the pandemic, Q set on fire.
What?
Q set on fire. Like it literally blossomed into this crazy thing.
QAnon, yeah.
QAnon, that's what I'm talking about. OnlyFans was still a porn site, was still a website for real porn stars.
That's right.
Yeah, not that girl on.
Podcasts were reserved for NPR
That's right.
and Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. Now you got, this is flooded with the airwaves with idiots like us.
That's how it started.
That's right. Yeah. OnlyFans.
We're stuck at home. Let's start a podcast.
Let's start a podcast.
Hi, Bryan. It's your mom.
That's how it all started.
That is.
That's my mom was like,
You should do a podcast, whatever that is.
Weren't you supposed to start it with your friend Rafa? And then you pivoted to me.
I wanted to, yeah. I thought, well, let me get Rafa on here. But then,
It was a real estate podcast.
Well, we were going to do the commercial break was going to be about real estate.
Yes.
That's right. And I thought, well, let me bring Rafa on with me because he's working in and around the real estate and we'll talk about things. But then I couldn't see myself doing this about real. If the commercial break about real estate had half the success that the commercial break about comedy had, and I felt the pressure to do 2 shows a week about real estate, I probably would be under 6 feet under right now. I'd be talking to you through Teresa Caputo because I don't know that I could talk about real estate.
Yeah.
Inside of work and outside of work. It's just not, I like what I do, but it's not my favorite subject to talk about all the time.
No.
And, who knows, who even knows if that would have been interesting.
But who doesn't like to laugh?
Who doesn't like to laugh? That's right. That's why they call us a broadcast because there's a very broad audience. I mean, we probably knock some people out with our type of humor, but generally people like to laugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So OnlyFans was a website still for real porn stars.
Yep.
Not for that girl on Facebook that you barely know that offers 10% off her $3 a month nude collection.
Right,
and by the way, while we're at it, I see there's now these 2 girls on my Facebook that are offering 10% off. It's always 10% off, right? There's never not a special going on.
Which is such a minimal amount when you think
Especially when it's $3 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
What guy is sitting back going,
30 cents
yeah,
off.
that's it. $2.70. Now I can feed the kids
Now
and
I'll sign
I
up.
can feed the kids and look at that old girl from high school naked.
Right.
$2.70. That's the
Nothing
number
wrong
where I
with
can pay the
OnlyFans.
mortgage and whack off to my old neighbor. I still have no idea who this woman is, how we became Facebook friends. But she's still doing the same thing. 10% off my OnlyFans page that's only $3 a month. New content coming all the time. Picture of a half-eaten chicken. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't understand it. But back a year ago, it was still reserved for actual porn stars who you might want to see naked. Just saying. Back in 2020, the only thing we were sticking up our noses was pointing that pinky finger that your drug dealer had at the Widespread in a concert. Finger dip, finger dip, finger dip. Is it the cocaine nail? Is that still a thing? Do people still do that? I see it every once in a while.
You identify the people then. They're like, I know
if
what
you have
do.
a cocaine nail, I mean, come on.
Never hang out with people who have a cocaine nail.
I have known some people who've had a cocaine nail. I know some people who still have a cocaine
and
nail.
hanging out with are different.
Well, I hung out with some people who had a cocaine nail. But just know this. I never did cocaine from their cocaine nail.
That's
Never.
good
Not
to
once.
know.
Never did it, not once.
Good to know.
I felt it to be a gross thing to do because
Yeah, it's good. It's
I keep my
gross.
nails super short because
Yeah, me
I
too.
if I get one piece of dirt under there,
Oh, it's the worst.
It drives me batty.
Yes.
I will never forget that Astrid and I, when we first met, she was doing
Did coke off a cocaine nail?
That's right.
That was your bonding
I was on
experience?
a train to Paris, and the conductor came through and said, "Tickets, please." And I noticed this cocaine nail, and I said, "Meet me in the bathroom. Meet me in the cafe."
Astrid, I've got something to show
Yeah.
you.
I had a dream the other night that I was at a drug dealer's house doing cocaine. It was the weirdest thing. And the weird thing was, in the dream, I was getting too high. Like, I felt like I was too high. Like, I should stop doing lines because I was getting too high. I was feeling paranoid.
Take the nail away.
Take the nail away.
Go away. Cut the nail.
And the funny
Just cut the nail.
And the funny thing is I think the drug dealer was the lead singer from the Zach Brown band. Zach Brown.
Not 33p.
Not 33 penis. Get your 33 penis t-shirts here.
Dude,
Wow,
that 33p
Did
show.
you hear they dropped the new 33p album? There's so much cock in that album.
Called 4 inches.
Yeah, it's
4
called
inches
4
to
inches.
fun. 4 inches to funk.
4 inches of funk. Cock and roll. I could just see us on Inside, like Access Hollywood. The new 33p album, 4 inches to funk yesterday. We sat down with lead singer Bryan Green to talk about his member. Yeah, I just felt like we had to take the band in a new direction. I wanted it to be more organic. So I let it grow. So I let my pubes grow out a little bit. I just let it flow. It came down from the bottom out, from my penis chakra.
From the chakra.
I feel like this one really comes from the penis chakra. I felt like the last album was overproduced, and all I wanted to do is
Get
just
back to your roots.
That's right, my roots.
To your root shaft.
My roots, which is right in my taint area. This time I went into the studio and I just cleared everything from my mind. I just pictured my penis.
Breathe deeply. Feel the 2 inches grow to 4.
Excuse me, can you turn up my penis microphone? I'm having a hard time hearing. Having a hard time hearing my penis chakra.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing? Can you imagine just like slapping your dick against the microphone? Is this thing on?
But 33p can.
In Tim and Eric show, they have this episode where Tim's like cheating, or Eric is sleeping with Tim's wife, and there's this guy who comes in. He's got like real curly, like Jerry curled hair, and while they're making these love scenes, right? This guy just kind of swoops in every once in a while, and he's singing the song, and the song's like sexual romance, sexual romance. And so now I'm thinking about 33 Penis singing the song Sexual Romance.
That's off the album 4 inches to funk.
That's 4 inches to funk. Growing taller by the minute. We talk about Brian's break. We talked to Brian about their breakout single. Do you see what I see? I felt like I wanted to take inspiration from a Christmas tree. It's a little sprout and it just grows.
Seedling.
Do you see what I see? A cock growing in the night.
It's true. You might need to get the band back together.
I think I do need to get the band.
Got some fresh
Calling all 33P members.
Got some fresh ideas.
33P, unite. Yeah, pink.
You got some fresh ideas.
That's right. We're going back to the old days, boys. No more songs about teenage angst. We're going to talk about our growing prostates. A child, a man, peeing in the night. He is peeing so much in the night. His prostate's big and it's bright.
Is this a Christmas album?
Well, I'm telling you, I took inspiration from the Christmas tree. Oh, the old 33P.
Just in time now to get you recording that for Christmas release.
I'm going to be right on that.
Call your old band members up.
Once
Circle
again,
the barn.
Once again, welcome aboard, sponsors.
BetterHelp.com.
Yeah, you too can be a part of the commercial break. Oh my God. Okay. Woo, thank you. Let's go back in the Wayback Machine. We were still shaking each other's hands, even though we didn't wash them after we peed. Hey, nice to see you. Just took a shit in the QT bathroom. Every time I see someone come out of one of those nasty bathrooms, and then I'm like, oh God, did he wash his hands? I hope he. But then sometimes I look at the sink and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I just might as well let my penis germs be that. They're probably better than whatever's going on in that sink.
Yes, and that's why you have hand sanitizer as a backup. But
that's right.
Going back to a year ago, hand sanitizer was a small little bottle that I had in my purse that I carried around for just those instances when my hands were really dirty and it was kind of like, I shook someone's hand who could have possibly been touching their penis.
That's right.
With, and so, it was emergencies only, but now it's a part of everyday life.
Let me tell you what probably will not happen again. Right? We probably will never go back to shaking hands as a common form of saying hello.
The bow.
Me too. I'm okay with the bow or even the fist pump.
Bump. Yeah.
I'm okay with that or doing the thing. We'll never go back to shaking hands with strangers. That's for sure. We're probably going to get out of the habit of hugging strangers for sure.
I'm a hugger.
Yeah. I'm not. Back up, bitch. I'm a little weird. Every time someone comes at me with a hug, I'm going to be like, are they clean?
No, exactly.
Are they clean?
Exactly. Back up for a minute.
Yeah, back up for a minute. Hold on. I got a little sniffle thing. I don't know. Might be coronavirus to part 2.
The variant.
Yeah. I've been hanging around with bats lately. I'm a bat researcher. You don't want anything to do with me. That's probably something we'll never do. And washing hands is probably going to be something more people do more of.
Yeah, and I know my lotion consumption has gone way up too from all the
So has mine.
Wow.
I'm just getting ready for the new 33P album. I need to get familiar
with your
get back to my roots. That's right. 4 inches and growing. Shower, not a grower.
You're telling me there's a chance.
I'm telling you, I'm a grower, not a shower. I don't have to show off. It'll happen when it needs to, or maybe not.
Organically.
Back a year ago, we still had tickets to concerts.
Oh,
like Papa Roach and Fred Durst. SummerSlam concert brought to you by Proud Boys.
Yes. No, I had tickets to the Doobie Brothers. I had to get that money back.
I had tickets to Pearl Jam. I still haven't gotten that money back. I don't know. Ticketmaster guys are just holding it from me. I had good tickets to Pearl Jam.
Sometimes they're holding it for when they come back.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. It's going to be 2022 before any of it. I mean, actually, I think late 2021 is when the concerts will come back. I think Menfo's going to happen.
Yep.
I think Menfo's going to happen. For those of you who don't know about Menfo, check it out. We'll have Jeff on and talk more about Menfo as we get closer to that. And hey, who knows? Maybe we'll even be there.
That's
but
right.
Menfo looks like it's coming together
live.
Beautifully. Broadcasting live. That's right. Guess what else we didn't do? We didn't get in like the old grade school tornado position every time someone sneezed in the grocery store. I felt bad for a lady the other day. She sneezed like 4 times, and people literally scattered like roaches. They were like, boom, they were out. And I think the poor lady was just sneezing, honestly.
No, it's allergy season right now.
It's horrible
so,
here. Yeah.
I noticed the other day I had my mask on and I was in the store and I had to sneeze and I did everything humanly possible not to sneeze.
You're like,
I was I was trying to do different
You're
breathing.
like running out of the door.
To stop. And I was like, if I'm not, I can't sneeze. Even though I have a mask on, I did not want to sneeze.
I can see Krissy like running out of the door, like diving out of the door to sneeze. Oh, Jew! God bless you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's allergies.
It's allergy season.
It is. allergies get so bad every year.
Yeah, listen, and it's cold season too. I mean,
I got no cold. This is funny. I was going through a medicine little box the other day because I've got a little box. You've got stuff, right?
Yeah, I got a box.
You got a box. You got an old Xanax. You got an old Xanax
from the Fish Show in 1997.
You got some Tums.
Yeah, you got a thing.
Whatever. You got a little medicine cabinet,
everyone has it,
if you will.
Yeah.
I was going through it and trying to clean some stuff out because I had gotten new allergy medication, and so I was like, let me go through and see if all these things have expired, and some of them had. Yeah. Threw those away, and I thought, I've got these cold medications that did not even come into play this year because everybody was wearing masks. And so I don't think that many people got sick,
my kids did.
Or cold.
My kids did, but I think that's because kids always get sick, and we took them to the playground a few times, and I think that's probably where he might have picked it up at school or whatever. Yeah. But no cold, no flu season this year. Actually, I looked at the cold and flu map, which usually this time of year is like red, right? At least in 25 of the states, and it's 100% green. There is not one hot spot anywhere.
I know. Yeah. It was mask wearing.
It's all that mask wearing. That's right. And you know what? Ugly people were not getting laid last year, but now they have a fighting chance.
Yes.
My wife's even asking me to keep the mask on during lovemaking. Oh. She's like, it's really sexy. That mask. Yeah. Uh-huh. It's really sexy. You wear the mask, and I'm going to put Luis Fonsi on in the background. Thanks, babe.
Provocateur 3000.
Provocateur 3000. Jackrabbit vibrating cock ring with extender. With optional mask and extender. Have you been getting laid a lot during the pandemic because you're wearing a mask?
Frankie maybe needs to talk about this. Hey, guys, you know what's up?
Hey! Hey, you know how to get laid? Over 50? Let me tell you something. The way you get laid over 50 is to wear a mask. Because if you wear a mask and you put pure retinol on your face 24 hours a day and then go to the tanning bed, you're going to have a red hue. You'll be noticed a mile away. And they'll be like, is that guy 25 and sunburnt? Or is he
80?
Or is he 80 and ugly? They won't know the difference.
Right.
Yeah. And when they ask to take a mask off, say, I will not. I'm a badass. I'm a badass. I will not do that. I don't want to blow you away with how hot. Look at my body.
I'm spending money on you taking you out.
Yeah, I'm spending money on taking you out. I'm going to eat through my mask.
Underneath.
Yeah. We got to do another Frankie B video. We have to do another Frankie. I know I'm giving it a break, but he's put out 2 new videos since our last Frankie B video, and one of them is so good.
Oh, God.
It is so... It's almost as if Frank is listening to our show and going, how can I help these guys make funny content?
Yes.
Because Frank is just teeing it up for us left and right.
I wonder if he's gotten a bunch of hits on his videos since we've been talking about it.
Don't know. I'm sure that some people that are listening, people are demanding it. Yeah. Unlike our Teresa Caputo. Unlike our Teresa Caputo videos where people are just hate us. I don't understand. Like, do you really believe in Teresa that much that you feel like you got to tell me that Jesus doesn't love me? Aww. We got a comment after we did a Teresa Caputo breakdown video where I just kindly explained to everyone that Teresa Caputo is full of fucking shit. Mm-hmm. And then we got
Psychic on demand.
Psychic on demand. Yeah, that's right.
I don't believe in that.
It doesn't work like that. And so one person commented that Jesus doesn't love us, and I was like, "Wow, do you think this is how Jesus operates?"
Really hits in the
me in the
4-incher,
in the 33p. What you call mashed potatoes? Boom,
Henry
boom.
Fonda's
Yeah, that's right. In his country, you're getting ready to make a baby when you hit right in the thing.
Yes.
And a year ago, our family was just strangers. They were sharing the dinner table with us. Now we actually got to pay attention to them. Who are these people in my house? I guess I'll get to know them. I guess I should figure out who these people are.
I've heard there's been so many divorces.
It's happening. Yeah. I mean, listen, even the strongest of marriages has been bending under the weight of the pandemic. Yeah. I think Astrid and I have done remarkably well. We have 2 young children. People get divorced just for that.
Yeah.
Did you know I read it?
Just for that.
Just for that. Just for having.
Just for that infraction.
Yeah, we had children and I don't love you anymore. I read an interesting statistic that having a baby girl first when you have children, the firstborn is a baby girl, is a high indicator of divorce when that girl becomes preteen or teenager. They call that the divorce child. That's what they call it because it's a
Nothing
problem.
like putting guilt.
I know.
BetterHelp.com.
Yeah, BetterHelp.com. I don't know why. I read a whole article and it made a lot of sense to me. I don't want to get into all of it here, but listen, I mean, the problem. Yeah, people get divorced because they weren't meant to be together in the first place, or because things have changed, and you can still live a lovely life after you get divorced. Look at me. I've been divorced once, maybe twice after I get done with this episode. The truth is that I'm living a wonderful life.
Yes, Jeff and I flourished too.
Look at my mom. Yeah, that's
and we
true.
nested in too. So I think that's been a big thing too with everybody changing their environments, that home. They're moving or they're staying in place and they're re-upping, they're redecorating, they're adding a deck.
I've been re-upping every couple of days with my dealer.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's true. There's two ways you could have handled this pandemic. Either you went in and decided to figure it out together, or you went out and
you're like, I hated
you're like,
you
I hated
anyways.
you. Yeah, you
now
were miserable
I'm
in the
stuck with
first
you.
place. Everything was fine
Yeah.
when I only had to be around you 5 hours a day.
Everything was fine. We had limited time
That's right.
together.
When I came home at 8 and we went to bed at 11, everything was cool.
Tired, didn't do anything.
Tired, didn't do anything, and then on the weekends I went golfing, and you went to
correct.
whatever.
Spa.
Yeah, the spa.
Whatever.
That,
Or the guy went to the spa and the girl went golfing.
That's right. That Fitbit class that,
Yeah.
You're sleeping with the instructor.
Soul Cycle.
Salsa lessons.
With
Personal
Henry
salsa
Fonda.
lessons with Henry Fonda.
He'd be good at it.
He doesn't know salsa. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on this episode, whatever it is. We're well
Thank
into
you.
the
Go to
50s
YouTube,
now. Go to
too.
YouTube. Yeah, go to YouTube. Watch some of the
us.
YouTube clips, or you can watch them right on the brand new TCBpodcast.com. That's TCBpodcast.com. Listen to all of the audio. Watch all of the YouTube. We certainly would appreciate it. Remember to follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram. 470-584-8449 is where you can leave us a message or text us. Standard text messaging rates do apply. And remember to follow us on Clubhouse at Bryan Green, at TCB Krissy. And we have a Commercial Break Club there that you can join if you want to be a part of future live episodes. Yeah. Or the Comedy Podcast Club. Either way, we might do them in both clubs. So, that's all I got to say.
Let's go both ways.
Yeah, I'm not sure this episode went exactly how I wanted it to go, but it ended up being pretty funny. I don't know, for some reason my brain was all out of sorts after that meeting that we had. And,
I know.
Yeah, but we laughed. And that's all that really matters.
I hope you did too.
That's right. And so, until next time,
We
bye.
love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
The Commercial Break. New episodes on Tuesdays and now Fridays. New YouTube clips drop daily at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Visit tcbpodcast.com for access to our entire media library. Follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram and join the Commercial Break Club on Clubhouse to join in live recordings. Each episode is written and produced by Bryan Green, co-hosted by Krissy Hoadley, with additional content provided by Tina Cano.